couple weeks ago, I mentioned to you guys, I have a challenge. I want to see if you guys could collect 3 Koroks in the world of Tears of the Kingdom and then shoot them through the Kakariko Ringed Ruins. Whoever does it the fast is definitively the best Tears of the Kingdom player of all time. And you guys answered. One of the runs, I kid you not, was like 5 hours long. First off, shoutouts to the 3 people that submitted Collector's Anxiety meme. One was a Pornhub link, and then one was like, you got Toyota Corolla. So, yep. We're going to start with the first one here. This is the very start, okay? So he actually starts right next to the Kakariko Ringed Ruins. And you can see the immediate tech that people start to use. You are allowed to use an auto build just immediately. So you don't have to spend the actual time getting all of the materials and putting them together. Put the Korok on there, and then you head to the second one. That is the very basic strategy, and you'll see this throughout like all of the runs going forward. So he goes to the second Korok, which is down in the lake. So as you see, you don't even need to use the extra batteries there. As you can see here too, rather than put the Korok on the second auto build that he already had, he's going to actually make a new one and then put it onto the new one. The main reason is because he has rockets on the new one. So you can see that it goes up and then goes forward, and that actually is a lot of time saved. It's a very efficient way to go from one Korok to another to another. It was a very interesting thing, specifically. And he ran out of battery. So he gets the third Korok. Now, you'll see here that these 3 Koroks that he got are the ideal Koroks to get.
I've only been playing this game since Friday.
That's also crazy. Like, actually, absolute legend, by the way. Literally, like, plays the game for the first time and is like, I'm going to do this challenge. This is actually one of the faster runs. He's going to complete it in less than 5 minutes. So the glider starts beeping because it's losing its own stamina. Right, you can only put a glider like so far. And watch this, watch this. Takes the glider, it runs out, and the Koroks shoot into the ring.
That's clear. That's time. Hold up, pause it. They're through.
Actually insane strategy to start with. And that's how they ended up shooting the Koroks through the ring. Actually awesome. Let's go over the next mission here, because the next mission improves upon this time just a little bit. Immediate time save. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but when this was by I Love Zelda 16, by the way. Specifically, this Korok that they're using is this one over here. One of the farther Koroks away from the Ringed Ruins. They didn't start the time and then talk to the Korok. They talked to the Korok first, and then they used Ultra Hand. So there's no cutscene. So the first contraption that Oreo used was a glider. This is more of a air bike situation. We'll see later that steering sticks actually is not the fastest way to get around. So you can see the strats already building upon themselves. Rockets, we got auto build, and it was so cool. The progression that the speedrun took. Once again, rather than using the previous vehicle, you take an auto build, you put the Koroks on it, and then you go. Here's the other optimum strat here. You don't need to menu to add batteries if you just have max batteries. Obviously, Oreo started playing the game like a couple days before they did this challenge, so they didn't have max batteries. But here's the third one. You're going to see this a lot, where this Korok right next to the Ringed Ruins is the last Korok. All you need to do once getting this Korok is just turn around and then shoot it through the ruins. You're going to see in a second, this is going to be timed with a time of 4 minutes and 43 seconds. They get off the glider and they just like let it go. So that line, basically they took this Korok right here on the side. Then they went over to this one. And then they went over here and then shot it through. This is a little bit farther than the one at the stable, because the stable is more of a straight shot right here. But they went for this one instead. This next speedrun by Scotty actually uses what I would deem the typical optimum line. They go from the stable to the island, to the hill, and then through the ruins. So this is what they take. And they use some interesting strats here too. They talk to the Korok there first. And then, here's the cool thing. Rather than take the Korok and then put it onto the vehicle, they had an auto build with the Korok on it already. So they saved time putting the Korok with Ultra Hand onto the vehicle by just using auto build, which was a very cool development in the speedrun. By the way, I want to say this run is a minute faster. Great whistling, by the way. It's a minute faster than the previous one. Not sponsored, by the way. So they use an air bike similar to I Love Zelda, and then they take the second Korok and they'll put it onto another one. But the main strategy here was auto build. That was a huge time save, plus a more optimum line using the 3 like proper Koroks. So you can see they use an auto build again with 2 Koroks on it. Actually, insane strat there. And here's the last one. By the way, I love you're going to see a lot of TV setups because not everybody has like a fancy like capture card to like get it. And I was like, yeah, this is great. This is iconic speedrunning. Like, this is perfect. So here's another thing. They actually reused their air bike here because it was slightly faster. It would have been faster if they had Rocket here and then use that auto build, but they didn't here. And then this is another thing with some time save. Because they actually end up almost losing the Koroks. And then what is, I think, a very, very creative way of shooting the Koroks through. You'll see this in a sec. They use, once again, another auto build to attach them all together. And then they shoot this one up. And it's placed in such a way that it shoots up, runs out, and then goes through. And that's time. For a grand total of 3 minutes and 54 seconds. Really smart. Like, that is a great way to shoot it up. You go up, and once the rocket runs out, it shoots through with the fan. Insanely satisfying. Like, that was just... So you might be thinking, okay, so if you have optimization of rockets, a line's good there. Maybe there was some time loss with the Koroks here. Like, an ideal run would be probably around 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Like, this is a very fast speed run. So all 3 of those runs were actually like submitted pretty late in the actual submission window. This next run was submitted like a couple hours after I made this available. Like, genuinely, I was like, I saw this run and I'm like, oh, we're just going to kill the run immediately. Like, oh, we're just going to get such a fast time that nobody's going to do this. Like nobody's going to be able to compete. And this is going to be just like a really, really boring run. This run by DynoTech was 2 minutes and 56 seconds. I saw it and I was like, oh, nobody's beating this. Now, the thing is, too, is that was submitted a couple hours after everything opened. I'm not going to show you that run. I'm not going to show you the 2 minute and 56 second run. And the reason why, because 17 minutes later, they submitted another one, which was 2 minutes and 31 seconds. They saved like over 20 seconds of time, like their next run. I'm like, what happened here? Oh, they just outdid themselves. So watch this. A 2 minute and 31 second run. This is, I kid you not, the second submission I ever got. Right, so look at this. Look at this. So they already have it already. The thing they didn't use was the auto build with the Korok, so they spend some time actually like putting this on. But look at this. They have rockets on the glider immediately. A ton of rockets going up and going forward. And then they use rockets while they're on the glider. Like, DynoTech has the actual tech here. And, fun fact, there's no steering stick involved in this run. The reason being, a steering stick, now you might think, okay, you can steer it, you can put it different places, you can control everything. No, a steering stick is actually not fast at all. The other thing is they have a speed up boost. Now obviously the speed up boost is like, okay, it's like, okay, maybe that's not like a vanilla speed up boost here, right? Which is like, eh. But the fact is they have speed up boost. This run takes 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Now, the other thing is that they're not only using rockets to go forward, they're also using it to go up. So they angle the rockets up and also forward, just diagonally here. So you can see it actually boosts them towards the third Korok while also using the fan. This run is actually just stupid. It's so fast. And by the way, this is not the fastest one we're going to see. This is early on in the speed run. Spoiler alert, this is actually slow compared to the next ones that you're going to see. Misses the Korok grab there, some time save there, but this is insane. Another time lost there with Blue Nightshade. Attaches the rocket and then basically just goes through. Like, this is insane. And then use the strats to go slightly over and then through. Now, it doesn't go actually all the way through because this is actually, I didn't realize this. This is actually some time save too. Now, it doesn't go through the ring, but technically, if we go back to the Google form here that I asked you guys, it goes through the coordinates that I set out of what considers through the ring. So they only need to turn a little bit. And I was like, all right. Like that actually, I'll give you credit for this. We love technicalities here. So they ended up managing a 2-minute and 31-second run. So I see this run, by the way, the first day that I released the challenge. Consider me like, I'm like, oh, this might be like a cool video to have on my YouTube channel. By the way, subscribe if you're watching this. I'm like, this will be really cool. I'm excited. I see this run. And then I'm like, wow, I guess we just found the winning run the first day. How am I going to tell you guys about this? Guys, there were no more submissions that were faster than this for the next 3 full days. I was like, all right, cool. Like the run's already cooked. I should have chosen, like I was thinking, I like messaged one of my editors, Kat. I was like, all right, maybe I gotta like change up the challenge a little bit. Like maybe I have it be like only 2 Koroks and then specifically be like, okay, this is how we do the submissions. And I kid you not, Kat said this. She was like, just believe, just let them cook, literally. And I'm glad she said that because on the 3rd day, the legend Nehru appeared 30 seconds faster. How do you get 30 seconds? Like I can understand like a second here, a second there, right? Like maybe a little bit of some time save, maybe a little optimization. How do you get 30 seconds faster? So this is Nehru accolade. So you can see immediately, if you look to the top, you can see that there is speed up food still. So immediately, look, just faster movement overall uses the same kind of glider that DynoTech was using. We're already like on our way to the second Korok, like 10 seconds in. Super clean start. There could have been some more time save if they used what Scotty did, which was like add the actual Koroks to the auto build. But as you can see right there, let me rewind. While Nehru is in the air, takes the Korok off of the glider and then attaches the Korok to the second one. So while they're mid-air, they take the first Korok and they attach it to the second Korok, which starts the dialogue. And by the time that the dialogue is over, the glider is right next to both Koroks and already attached, which means they don't have to spend more time attaching the Koroks together because it's already happened. They take, once again, the second glider with the second auto build. They shoot it, they go, and it's up. This is just insanely fast. The tech is crazy. This is another time save here. They turn off the glider so they can make sure it's positioned exactly where they want it positioned. So once they're done talking to this Korok, they can just go immediately. They have the rocket already attached, and then now they're on their way. Now they could have used a second rocket here, which would have been maybe slightly faster. But if you're already at 2 minutes and 6 seconds in, that's crazy. 3, 2, 1, and that's time right there. 2 minutes and 5 seconds. How do you get faster than that? Let me introduce you to another player in the game. DynoTech started the bar right there of 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Nehru comes out of nowhere, 30-second time save. Then a third player enters, SycarisDag. Now this is a slightly slower run, but you're going to see really fast that Sycaris was built different because Sycaris is using some pretty quick strats. Number 1, the auto build. The auto build automatic attachment right there. Insane strat. An extra fan. Now, there are some like small time loss here, namely getting the second Korok right here. But here's the other, right? So he, once again, uses the auto build strat to get both of the Koroks on there. Uses less rockets, but still pretty good. Yep, that was crazy. Basically uses the same strat here of using the rockets to get up to the third Korok as well. I don't know if you guys saw that strat, but I thought that one was like really cool. If you don't know what this Zonai device does, it makes it so whatever your build is, it'll stay on one plane. It won't tip over, it won't fall, it stays there. And so this managed to land on such a way that it actually kept the glider just like on the hill. So then when Sycaris ends up getting the last auto build, the Koroks are able to just detach and then go on to the glider, and then takes the last rocket to shoot right through the rings. And that was 2:06. Sycaris actually ended up beating their own time immediately afterwards. So the amount of time now that it takes to collect all 3 Koroks and then shoot it through the Kakariko Ring ruins, I kid you not, 2 minutes and 4 seconds. So this one's basically the same run, but it's just done slightly faster. So this is a more optimized kind of gig where the second Korok grab is a little bit faster. The third one's a little bit smoother. It just kind of like, you know, it smooths all out. It does the same thing, but you're not going to see an as cool landing right there because they have to take the glider out of the air and then put it back onto the hill. Takes the rocket again, goes to the side, and shoots right there. And so this is the challenge beaten in 2 minutes and 4 seconds. So Nehru comes in. Is like, that time, 2:04, slow. I'm going to beat it in 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Nehru's just built different here. Like, actually built different. So does the same exact strat before, but saves 4 seconds on their own time. Not to let Sycaris win this challenge. The main strats that Nehru and Sycaris have between each other is that Nehru specifically is using Ultra Hand to get that second Korok and not having the auto build and get the Koroks and attach it automatically. Reason being, this is what I'm seeing as a third-party observer. If you are very fast at the Ultra Hand on the second Korok, then that's probably a faster strategy than actually getting the auto builds to attach automatically to your Zonai device. Right there, and uses, once again, the really cool strat of having the half rocket to shoot the Korok through the ring. Now, there's not much of a difference here other than, like, just cleaner runs, better menuing, missing the Ultra Hand once, but there's really not much more clear than just going faster. And then goes to the side and right through, which is done in 2 minutes and 2 seconds. It's not just a race now. Not just a race between, oh, who can beat it. Now we're getting to, like, who can get sub 2 minutes? Because we started this whole thing with a sub 5 minute run. Who can get sub 2 minutes first? Nehru finds the line and gets a 1 minute, 59 second run. Right, takes the Korok, puts under, and jumps while shooting the bow. Already some time saved. Better menuing, faster positioning, good line to the second Korok. I still can't believe that we actually made it past like 2 minutes. Has the Falcon Bow, which means that they actually shoot their arrows faster. Attach the Korok here. This is the dominant strategy now. Having the Koroks attached to the auto build in the auto build is slower than using Ultra Hand. Now you have to master 2 more text boxes, but still, this is the faster way to go. Like, this is an insane run. This is crazy. Like, there is, like, no better way that you can optimize. Like, this is definitively ridiculous. The positioning of Link matters so much here, too, of where the glider actually goes. Nehru hits it, starts turning to the right. A lot earlier than before, and time. 1 minute, 59 seconds. Clean. The first sub 2 minute run. You might think, PointCrow, we can't get better. I did say it was the first sub 2 minute run, didn't I? There are more! So who beats Nehru? Like, how do you beat 1 minute and 59 seconds? Well, the only person that beats Nehru is Nehru with a 1:58. Like, how? Like, the only one that can do it is Nehru. Like, look at this. Cleaner, faster, better. Like, this is the run. Like, the only person to beat Nehru is Nehru. I gotta show this off. I just gotta show off, like, just how ridiculously insane this is. Like, do you see the difference? I'll be real, I don't. How do you save a full second off of this other than, like, your line? Rather than use a bow and arrow to shoot the glider, they use a spear, which is faster than shooting a bow. Barely. They have to shoot the bow, like, 2 times during the run, but they got that long stick. They shoot it there because, well, it's slower to do it with the spear there. Talk to the Korok. Put it onto the contraption. Shoot the final remain of the rocket. And what's the coolest thing about this last part is that the rocket they use will change. There you go, in time. So that was the Korok challenge in 1 minute and 58 seconds. So the day of the submission, a couple hours, I kid you, like a couple hours, at 7 p.m., 2 hours before the submission, we get another submission. And this time, It's not Nehru. It's not Sycaris. It's not DynoTech. A new challenger approaches. And you've noticed that the strategy is pretty optimized at this point. We kind of know how to do this really fast. Enter PoorMan. But you'll see something a little bit different about this run. This run isn't like all the other runs. Because the only way to truly change the meta is to find a different line. First off, yeah, sick fit. Second off, do you recognize this place? Because I don't. This isn't the Korok that everyone grabs to start with. I'm gonna let you guys see this for yourself. Look at this. Uses the auto build strat and then gets a completely new contraption with a bajillion rockets, and look how insane this vehicle is. What is this? Goes to a second Korok. We still haven't seen this other Korok yet. This is a completely different new Korok than all the other ones. Like, what is happening? Uses a second auto build. And you're going to see that this is just, guys, I need to prep you for this, right? I was going through the Discord when this was discovered and PoorMan showed this runoff. Nehru was aghast. Look at this. How does this thing function? Watch this. Yeah, this is the craziest game exploit I have seen in a long time. I forgot this existed. There are ultra light rails that you can acquire in Tears of the Kingdom. And if you specifically put them in such a way that you can propel them forward with a fan, they go. This rail strategy is nuts. And the way you control it is through these ultralight rails, all stacked up against each other, and a fan. This is ridiculous. Like, there is no other strategy in time. I saw this run. I couldn't believe that anybody beat Nehru. 30 minutes later. Not to be outdone, your boy claps back. Yeah, oh, we're still not done. Nehru gets a 157. We are 90 minutes out, and Nehru somehow figures out how to save another full second. Like, this is ridiculous. Literally the same run as before, but even faster. Like, just tighter turns, tighter ultra hand, better mashing, moves during the cutscene there. Once again, uses the spear to hit the glider. This is 90 minutes. 90 minutes before the submission. Beating PoorMan out by a second. Right, shuts it off, jumps, gets a little bit more airtime, and saves. That's probably, honestly, where the time save came from. Is jumping off a little bit earlier and then mid-air, ultra-handing it while it's gliding a little bit farther. And we're going to see the finish right here. Look at this. Look at this. Look how clean this is. Gets it, knows they're on pace, shoots up, and then starts turning to the right through this break. Really tight, and time. 1 minute and 57 seconds. There is no way anybody's going to beat that. And congratulations, Nehru. Congratulations. Is what I would say if you were the winner. Somehow, some way, PoorMan came back. Not with a 156, not with a 155, but a flat 150. 16 minutes before the submissions are due. Not only beats out Nehru by a full 7 seconds, but somehow manages to do it in the next hour of these submissions closing. This is insane. This is crazy. At the final hours, we got PoorMan coming in out of nowhere. Nehru trying to defend the title, and then PoorMan coming in with this run to win it all. Just look at this run. Like, insane ultra hands. Insane, and uses the physics engine as, like, exploits the physics engine to do this. Now, if you're wondering if this counts as a glitch or not, look, oh, crazy stasis, and then just stops with the, it's ridiculous. This is allowed. This is considered within the physics engine, not an actual glitch. This not only is a 150, but it could be faster. If you look at the splits, this could be a sub 150 with more time. Gets the third Korok, puts it on the back. It's just so fast. Gets all three in 1 minute and 19 seconds. Like, the fact that the movement isn't even, like, perfect and still beats out Nehru by a full 7 seconds? Like, this is a flex. Like, oh, I could be faster, but I chose to procrastinate. And PoorMan makes it through. 150. And what's a better way to win than the Koroks screaming for their lives as they as they go through the ringed ruins that fell from the heavens? So congratulations, PoorMan. Insane work. I want to give a huge shout outs to Eat Oreos, I Love Zelda, Scotty, Dino, Nehru, Sycaris, and PoorMan for fighting it out. There were 2 challenges simultaneously that were being submitted. Now, the first one being the speed run. Who is the fastest? But the anything goes is just how stupid can we get this challenge to be? So let me show you guys your ridiculous submissions. Let me show you guys a clip of how most of these submissions went. This is how most of your submissions for the Korok Dunk Challenge ended up going. Yep, that's pretty accurate so far. Loses the Zoan device, picks up with Ultra Hand, puts on the Korok, hits it, goes through. Just misses, just barely misses. It's just barely there, you know? Oh, so close. Here's another one, which is the PointCrow basketball challenge, apparently. Welcome to my Korok basketball scouting program. Sorry for the bad quality. It was 12 p.m. By the way, beautiful quality. Hits the Koroks, and then, oh, shoots her right through.
That's what she said.
Koroks ain't balling. Shoots it through the wrong hole. This is actually this was submitted as a 30-second run from mediocre, and I was like, huh? Is anything goes category? How did you beat this in 30 seconds? How are you so fast? Like the actual speed run record was 1 minute and 50 seconds, and there was a lot of time saved for that. Maybe like around like 1:45. So how did you complete this in 30 seconds? So weird that you're starting the Koroks in the ruins. Like, I feel like we missed something here. Like, I was like, oh, the Koroks are there. How do we, and so you open the map and, aw, you turn on the hero's path and there's a doodle. Oh, that's so cute. And, what's that? That's crazy. Oh, that's me making out with Pepe the Frog. Like you, that's my tongue inside. Yep. All right, so let's get into the next submission here. Welcome to TT Kaboom's 3.5 hour long submission. 3.5! Never mind, I have to review the submissions. Do you think I have infinite time? Like, what is... I saw this and I was like, my brother in Bear, you have to be kidding me. So obviously I watched it.
Welcome back to Epic Gaming. Whoa.
You might immediately notice that he is not even close. TT Kaboom finds the 3 farthest Koroks from the actual Kakariko Ringed Ruins and takes them all the way around the world and then into the ring. This is
head to head.
A 3.5 hour long video, full commentary of TT Kaboom taking all 3 Koroks around the world.
Believe it or not, I do have a life.
I just have to say, if you have to preface that with your run, I don't know if that's true. 3.5 hours.
Okay. Bye-bye. Oh.
This is oh, but look at this guys, look at this. Puts it all back, tries again. I had to see this man do it so many times. Look at this.
Take 4. Hi guys, welcome back to Korok.
I'm gonna spoil this for you. Take 4 was not the last take.
Come on guys. Okay, come on guys. Go through. Yay!
Once again, 3.5 hours. It's not, yeah, we did it. It's like, that. I have to say, this next one, though, is one of the most creative things that I saw submitted. And oddly enough, actually one of the fastest.
Hello, people of Croatia, and of course, Eric. I'm going to be doing the Korok challenge today and using a Galaxy S3 Frontier watch, I think it's called, and my 3DS. As you can see here, when I move my joystick, I'm moving the game, and when I move left, I'll go left, and right when I'm swiping on my watch.
Like, what? How did you
but-
do this? Like, it's not
or
only like
maybe
the
when you
skills
interact with
to
him,
make this happen, but
I'm
then
not actually
the fact
100%
that you
sure.
completed it
I already
in
have
less
a
than
couple
7 minutes,
of
like
and some
actually,
rockets.
like genuinely,
Let's put
the
this,
funniest thing about this is that
Korok
they're
in the front
doing
of
the
get ready
actual
to, go
speed
pick his
run
friends to
strats
dunk
here.
'em.
Like
Yeah,
this is
so this
this is
is the
ridiculous. I don't even like have words. Like the fact that you're also doing
And-
the genuine
Alright,
speed
can
run
you get out
routes
of the way?
with
And
the
attach it
glider,
right
the
to the front.
fans. How do you even have the dexterity to do this?
Now we just have to do our best to guide
the
it
screen
in the
delay's really
direction
funny.
of the dunk, and you know, hope that we make buckets. And it's actually looking good. Oh my. Okay.
And
We
time.
actually did it.
I am in awe that not only you made this work, but you actually did this and completed the challenge. And then even on top of that, you did it in 7 minutes, about an hour and a half before the submissions closed. I got sent not a video, but a playlist, a 5-hour long playlist, 4.5-hour long playlist. Yeah. So remember when I said that that getting all 100 Koroks was impossible? Yeah. No. So Shark Poem did. This is a 4.5-hour thing where Shark Poem goes through, I kid you not, the entire game and gets all 100 Koroks. You might be asking, PointCrow, I thought you said you can only have 21 Koroks on a contraption. Well, Shark Poem thought that through. And let me fast forward to this. It's only if they're connected to each other. Shark Poem gets a cage and puts all of the Koroks in the cage. They're not cage free. They might be gluten free, but these things are captured. Like this is how they put the Koroks inside. They have to be very careful. They open up the cage, drop the Korok in, and then close the cage again. Like this is ridiculous. So Shark Poem basically needs 100 Koroks. How do you fit all the Koroks in the cages? Well, that's why you get 2 cages. Look at this. Shark Poem, the legend, is actually like putting multiple cages in. Not only that, but attaching different modes of transportation. The actual legend. You can see just like literally goes to the next Korok, takes it. This is the entirety of the run. Just drops it into the cage. There it is. Cool. They all need to reach their friend and then just continues. This is such a legendary run. After hearing that you can only have like 21 Koroks, I never expected anybody to do this. This is Zelda, Shark Poem, not Pokemon. You don't need to do that. There's no Pokedex here. Like, look at this caravan. There is a ton of Koroks in here, a ton in here, and there's so many, they pile up into a 3rd cage. How does it feel to see the evidence that some of your viewers are psychopaths? Honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. You guys are amazing. This is 4.5 hours into this run. So it's unfortunate when this happens. The game simply can't take it anymore. It panic blood moons. It flushes the memory of the game.
No.
And there's no more Koroks. I cannot fathom how you felt 4.5 hours into getting every single Korok in the game, only for the game to say no. The only thing that I can tell you, and anybody in chat, is that you are a legend. Also, like the most calm crash out that I've ever seen in my life. Just no ends. So that I think is like the longest challenge in the Korok Dunk Challenge. That is the longest attempt that anybody's made. And unfortunately, it did not finish. Now, there was one that is probably the shortest. And they did manage to do this. Now, I think they took it a little too literally. I don't know if that... I don't think this was an actual part of the... I don't know if this was actually like a thing that was... That's 2. Yeah, you're... But I guess it counts. You got it. You got it. You got it. A little aggressive too. They got 3 in. They did it. Pure cinema. We actually got another submission, by the way, too, that claimed to get the world record. This was from D4 Harp. It was close. It was 2 minutes and 39 seconds, but this was submitted around the same time that Nehru submitted theirs. Oh, you're wondering where the run is? Oh, they just forgot to turn on their capture card wasn't recording. No, but like it was real though. By the way, they had like thousands of viewers. You can see like in the bottom left right there. Like they're popular as hell. They just forgot. So you can like trust it though. Like they actually did it, but like Unfortunately, it seems like, you know, it was just like, it wasn't recording. So this was from Lantern. This was not done on the Switch. Wait, custody of Doodle. What do you mean? It's a Korok with Ultra Hand. This is awesome. Like, the dedication to this is insane. Well, we got the first Korok here. Oh my god, this is the glider. The Wind is a paid actor, by the way. Look at this! Look at this! The choo-choo jelly is a bag of blue liquid. All right, second Korok on. Second Korok on. Nice. The metro station. Are there Koroks in the depths? Oh, we're in the depths. They seem to avoid the depths, though. Yeah, sorry. You gotta leave. This is so creative. Help him. He needs his friend. Oh, no. 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 You have to throw the Koroks, though. They've been through so much together. You have to do it. That's how you complete the challenge. Yes, and time. Pure cinema. Beautiful. Beautiful. By the way, in case you guys were curious, this whole video, this whole stream was just to show you guys the trailer of the new live-action Zelda coming out in 2027. This submission was actually from my own editor. Syme.
Hey, this is Syme. I'm one of Eric's editors.
Hi, Syme.
It looks like I gotta get 3 Koroks, put them through this hole, and it really is that simple. Okay, so first we're gonna need the Koroks at these coordinates, so let's go find them real quick. There we go. So I'm not sure what I'm looking at here, but this seems pretty similar to a Korok, so let's just use that. So as you can see, I have the game booted up here. This is what the UI looks like.
The game looks a little different.
The game runs at like 25 FPS, I think, so that's probably fine. Okay, so we found our... And we're going to just drag that back into our game HUD there. Perfect. So now we need the Koroks to actually fit through this donut.
So how are you doing that?
What we're going to do is duplicate the layer. We're going to crop out the top layer here. And now let's combine them with Ultra Hand. And now moment of truth. Wow. That's just incredible, folks. And we still have 10 minutes to spare.
Wow. You made a whole movie. That was just incredible. That was the best run, in my opinion. Not biased. Oh, thanks, Syme. And then for our final submission, I thought you guys would like this one. When I saw this one, I didn't believe it was real. I saw this and I screamed because it was so cute. My dog completes the Korok Dunk Challenge from Maruna. Look at this. Look at this. With the arm as well. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, getting all 3 Koroks. Literally getting all 3 Koroks in the room. And then look at this. Oh my god! You trained your dog to complete the Korok challenge. I have actually no idea how you did this. That is awesome. In the cutest dog. I love how you literally, you dressed up your hand, right? You actually got the Tears of the Kingdom hand yourself. Plus decorated everything. You got the Pride Doodle. Shoutouts to the Pride Doodle plushie. Putting, like, actually having your Tears, yeah, the Tears of the Kingdom hand. And then having the 3 Koroks around, taking those and then putting them in. That's awesome. Let me take a poll here. And let me get votes from you guys. And then we're going to vote on which one you guys liked the most, which one you think deserves the anything goes challenge thing. It doesn't matter if it was like what your criteria is. If you're like, that's my favorite because I think it's funny. That's my favorite because I think it's super impressive. That's my favorite because you were so dedicated. That's my favorite because I feel bad for you. Any of those are fine. Oh, we had the run from Crimson as well. This one. This is actually a very cool, very well edited video. Literally, like, starts the video, like actually buys the game to beat the challenge.
With me being a new player, I wanted to keep it to my gamer roots.
Dude, that's a gamer right there.
And that means no Googling or looking up any
Wait,
gameplay.
pause. Google homepage. PointCrow feet pics leak. PointCrow feet pics hairy. PointCrow feet pics uncensored. Homepage Google. PointCrow feet pics socks on. Does PointCrow have 3 nipples? No, by the way.
If I can't do it, I think I'm just bad.
You got this.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's right there. It's right there. It's right there. Right there. Okay. Oh. Oh.
Come on.
Go up. Go up. To the ring. You can't hear his screams because his mic is blown out.
PointCrow, Eric,
Yo,
if you're still here watching,
I am.
hey.
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Cruisin' doing his best has won. A man that, despite all odds, ended up finally getting the challenge to work. The reward is a new microphone. My God, oh my God. Yeah, yep, I'm really. That's it. You're gonna get a new. Congratulations. You're gonna get a goddamn microphone and a date with PointCrow. Yep, easy.